They say in life that change is the only constant. Like that's supposed to be comforting. But to me, that sounds like a threat. Kind of like the floor moving underneath you once you just found your footing. And I've spent a lot of time trying to build walls to protect myself from that. Um, like there's some kind of safety to it, but there's a trade-off there. Once you've had that safety, it becomes predictable, and it becomes stale, and starts to feel something like a cage. And initially, trying to get myself into the headspace where, I'm ready to make change. It's been difficult. It's been hard. Everybody keeps telling you, you just got to dive in. You just got to live in it. But whenever I hear you got to dive in, you got to dive in. It implies that you know where the water is, and sometimes I don't even feel like I'm in the pool to do something like that. So, I think looking at it now that I'm on the other side of some pretty interesting change, the struggle was never the change itself. I think the struggle was always the friction. I've always been set in my ways. I've always been, sticking to a routine and making sure that if there's any deviation from the routine or my plans, then the whole day's ruined or the whole week's ruined or, something like that. And it just felt like a ton of wasted energy on a version of myself that doesn't exist, especially now. He's dead and gone, So I'm trying something different, at least mentally or what have you. I'm just stopping that fight against the change. It is constant, and it's still a threat in some regards. But this change isn't coming because I'm an eager beaver ready to, face what life has to throw at me, because I'm just brave all of a sudden. It's just because I'm tired of being the anchor in my own life. And a part of that is just, you have to sit back and realize, the current's moving with or without you. And that's okay. And it's also okay to let go of the riverbank, and make those changes, make those sacrifices that lead to those changes. And it's still a struggle, it's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable. But the point isn't necessarily to get used to the change. It's more of just recognizing that the river still flows. And, at the end of the day, the only way out is through. So, thanks for being my therapist on that.